Hey everybody! Now for this Let's Play, I want you to press any button to continue. First off, before we get any introductions, press your button now. It's probably going to be the close button on your browser, by the way, because I've probably just scared all of you off. But for those who are still here, howdy, my name's FFIV. Let's do a Let's Play. Published by Nintendo, created by Square Enix. Final Fantasy IV Advance. Woohoo! And yeah, I'm gonna be skipping the lengthy introduction scene because I don't want to add 3 unnecessary minutes to the video. Anyway, Final Fantasy IV Advance. This is a remake of Final Fantasy IV, an excellent Super Nintendo game. This is the European release of the game, I think. And yes, I am legally allowed to be playing this game. Not because it's a ROM or anything like that. No, I'm legally allowed to get anywhere near a JRPG. Anyway, as you may expect, this is the Game Boy Advance version of the game. It has slightly upgraded graphics in most areas. And I believe this is a pre-patched version that fixes the sound as well. Because you may expect, the sound on the Game Boy Advance isn't really that great. But Captain, we will arrive at Baron shortly. Very well. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all the text, thankfully, but it may slow it down, give you guys a chance to read the text. Killing innocent people to get the crystals isn't right. And then suddenly the entire ship was covered in Girardi? Oh, it's a flashback, isn't it? Ah, I see what they did there. Anyway, those guys are dead. And you try to escape, but no, you are also dead. So, as you can probably tell, these guys are kinda jerks. Just, you might be able to realize that, but seems that our captain here kinda does it with a heavy heart. But Captain, surely you don't condone what we've done? All of you listen well, the raid on Mysidio was imperative. His Majesty and his council concluded that the Mysidians and their broad knowledge of the crystals posed a serious threat to our kingdom. For Barra to prosper, we need the crystals. As soldiers of the Royal Air Force, we must achieve this by whatever means necessary. Oh, so they're Air Force. Blimey. Captain, monsters sighted dead ahead. And we're introduced to monsters now. This is all autopilot, by the way, but while I'm here, I may as well tell something. Battles are a little bit different than they are in Final Fantasy III, and you may notice over there, there's an active time battle gauge, the ATB gauge. As it fills up in battle, you're able to perform actions. The ATB gauge fills depending on your character's speed as well. So agility, instead of being for your attack multiplier, is for filling up the gauge quickly. By the way, those 2 items that our little dude here, Cecil, just used, we won't be seeing them for a good while. Everyone okay? All accounted for, sir. We've been encountering a surprising number of monsters lately. Could it be some kind of omen? Captain, we are now over Baron. Very well, fasten your seatbelts. No, there aren't any seatbelts. This is an airship. Airships never have seatbelts. They're very unsafe. That's why the US doesn't use them. Because we're all about safety, right? I'm not alone on this? I'm really sorry, by the way, that this is going to be a pretty long, boring introduction episode, too. But RPGs tend to start slow, and well done, so the crystal is now ours. The Mysidians put up no resistance. In fact, they were completely helpless. Is this pity I perceive? Come, Captain, His Majesty awaits. He has very blonde hair. Also, the movement sprites are really simplistic in this game. There's only 2 sprites per character, really. If you'll excuse me, Captain, I must speak to His Majesty in private. Please wait here. My voice is really annoying, mainly because the help here doing this is also really shit. Your Majesty, I'm afraid Cecil can no longer be trusted. He clearly questions your authority. I suspected as much. It matters not, so long as I obtain the crystals. Send him in. Yes, Your Majesty. Maybe if I send him in, this guy will stop reading the text. What an asshole. Yeah. So, we give the crystal to the king. The king having a nice big bushy red beard. And Cecil is dismissed. But something's not quite right in the kingdom of Baron. Like how they spin around, too. Ah, dissension only leads to treason. That I will not tolerate. And with that, we're no longer part of the Air Force, which might be a good thing? Charge you with another duty. Duty. Slay the Phantom Meteors that infests Mist Valley and deliver this bomb ring to the village of Mist. That does not sound terribly threatening at all. Your Majesty, I beg you to reconsider. Cecil has done no wrong. That Kane, such an insolent cur. And I like how Cecil gets pushed through a wall. He's a big man, he'll get over it. Sorry, Kane. Once you've completed this mission, the king is bound to forgive us both. You will rejoin the Red Wings in no time. Let's get some rest. Leave tomorrow's preparations to me. So we finally get some movement here now. You may notice that you actually move pretty fast. Cecil's movement is automatically set to run, and I think there's a configuration option that enables you to toggle the B button dash, so in case you want to walk and run by holding B. I guess this can come in handy. Not necessarily though. Battle mode is set to wait right now, which means enemies can't attack you while you're selecting things on the menu. Battle speed, yeah. Battle message speed. Yeah, that should work. The cursor position, window color, which is the best thing. Yeah, that's actually pretty nice. Okay. So, now that we're done changing the colors and stuff, why don't we go do some more things? So we go over here, and we're introduced to yet another important character. The romantic interest, too. We were fine. I wish I could say the same for the Mysidians we slaughtered. Cecil. He was kind of an asshole taking that crystal, but he is probably a nice guy underneath. There we go up here, and... Well, 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 look who's back. Rosa was worried sick about you. And we're introduced to this guy. With his old man kung fu. So this guy is Sid, he's an airship mechanic. He's kind of an important character, maybe, I guess. What, the king demoted you? How can you tell that? All he just said was what? What about the Red Wings? They'll be a mess without you. What's come over the king? He's been acting peculiar. He ordered me to build an airship that he can use to slaughter people. Everyone's worried about us, Your Majesty. Anywho, be careful out there. Make short work of that mission and get back safe. Seems to be a lot of killing here. So we go up here into the tower. Talk to this woman who has changed our sheets for us. Hopefully we get the Power Rangers bed sheets. That would be neat. Oh man, I'm suddenly reminded. I have this Power Rangers Time Force pillowcase. I was very much into Power Rangers as a kid. So we had like a comforter blanket and a pillowcase and stuff. It was pretty nifty. Also, something's happened to the king. He covets the crystals as though he's possessed, and he'll resort to any means to get them. Nevertheless, I can't defy him. So Cecil is a little bit torn about what to do with the king. Everything's fine. Yeah, we'll take your word for it. Right, like I said, there's a lot of text going on here, and I'm not gonna read every line. Frankly, it'd kind of be a little bit redundant, I guess. I mean, the text is on the screen. Hopefully you guys can read it, and, I realize some people may say, oh, but maybe we want to hear you in the background while we're doing work or something like that, and I'm just like, save that for a good LP here. Get some standards. Can't Father King, I'm a hopeless coward. Yeah, there, I read that one for you, in case you couldn't. Ah, romantic interest. How nice. For Mr. Lee tomorrow, right? Yes, but don't worry, Kane's coming too. I'll be fine, trust me. Please come back to me in one piece. Thank you, Rosa. There was a dark night. You know we can never be together. A little bit of romance between the classes there. The healer and the warrior can... wink wink, nudge nudge. So, you ready for some real combat? Always. Lead the way. And with this music kicking in... The screen fades pretty slowly. And we're treated to a nice little shot of the castle here. Get used to the screen. You'll be seeing it for a good, maybe 1 or 2 more minutes. As this text scrolls painfully slowly. And the font's really small. And so, the Dark Knight Cecil was stripped of his command as captain of the Red Wings. He and the Master Dragoon, Kane, head toward the Dark Valley for the Village of Mist. Gotta breathe in that lovely mountain air and read some text. The advent of the airship marked the realization of Baron's dreams, but also the birth of its militarism. With the Royal Air Force, the Red Wings, Baron soon reigned supreme. Now, as monsters multiply and stir unrest, Baron only exploits its power to collect the world's crystals. Why? Similar to how most LPers only exploit their power to get money. Well, okay, I say most LPers, but most popular bad LPer dudes, my bobs, I guess. I don't know, I'm gonna shut them up. They shed their light. I wish I could silently shed their light, but as you know, my crippling autism gets in the way, and I have to talk over everything. There we go, and with that, we are in the overworld. So, now that we're here, I guess on the way over to the Village of Mist, I should explain a few things about how battles work in this game, so let's encounter an enemy. As usual, there's an active time battle gauge, the ATB gauge, and as you see, it fills up and a menu comes up. So we can walk around and kill all sorts of various enemies. The enemies around here, not too difficult. You see goblins right here, and each character also has their own abilities. So I'll go over the party members we have in detail. Cecil is the main character. He is... he's the only character that you're actually going to have for the entirety of the game. And his main ability is Dark. Dark enables him to sacrifice a bit of his health in order to attack all enemies. It's pretty useful early on, but later it doesn't really get much use, as enemies have a lot more health and can resist it. Kane, meanwhile, is overall a faster, more speed-based party member, and his stats are a bit higher overall, I think, at least this early in the game. Or, no, at this early in the game, it's not really known, but Kane's stats overall outrank our Dark Knight friend right here. Kane also has the ability to perform a jump, which enables him to delay his attack and strike at 2x power. Jump is very, very useful for taking out single targets since it deals twice the amount of damage to said target. Anyway, we're over here in the Mist Cave. It's also very good from a defensive standpoint, since during that jump, you are able to, evade most types of damage. I don't believe there's anything that can actually hit you in mid-jump. Maybe Tornado? Not sure, but we'll cross that road when we get to it. Anyway, most of the enemies here also aren't too bad, so as long as you continuously get potions, you can go away and use the Dark ability and such. I'm also going to say that in the DS version of the game, if you are playing along on the DS version, not that you'd want to play along anyway, but if you play in the DS version, turn back. What? Who's there? The DS version of the game changes what Dark does, and instead of sacrificing HP to attack all enemies, you sacrifice a bit of HP each turn, but your attack power is doubled, which is pretty good, but it kind of changes, you know, overall how Cecil plays. Just a little bit, you know, we'll go over here, collect this chest. Eye drops, not terribly good. I may as well go over what some of the items do as well. So, we got a potion, which restores 100 health, eye drops, which cures blind, and tent, which, if we use it in the overworld, will restore a portion of HP and MP. Which is very good once we start getting more party members and start finding, you know, bigger dungeons, and especially once we start having to grind. Not that we'll really need to, but if we do start having to grind, tents are your best friend. Anyway, just some more goblins over here. Some nice little goblin meat puddings. Sure good to go for a meat pudding right now, couldn't I? Oh man. Leave at once. Could that be the Beast of Mist Valley? Only one way to find out. Knights of Baron, who are you? Leave now or suffer the consequences. Show yourself. You choose to ignore my warnings? Okay. We have to get to Mist. We're not tuning back. So be it. Mist is gathering. This looks like a boss fight. And it is. And bosses have a really cool battle theme in this game. Anyway, this is the Mist Dragon. He has about 500 health, so he may seem intimidating at first, but he's a very easy boss. He's kind of a warm-up for how later enemies are going to be. His attacks don't really do that much damage, and he doesn't really have too many super powerful gimmicks or anything. I believe in the DS version, and in some other versions of the game, he may attack with Mist Breath, but if you can kill him quickly enough, he won't do it. The dragon turned into Mist right here, and when he turns into Mist, I believe he has the ability to retaliate against melee attacks. Oh, there we go, that's Mist Breath right there, Cold Mist. Attacking the Mist is futile, attacking causes him to retaliate, attack when the dragon appears. So now we play the waiting game. Yeah, this is a really exciting boss fight, isn't it? Waiting, waiting, and more waiting. Can we get this dragon? Dragon. Yeah, let's defend, why not? And let's try Dark as well, maybe that'll do something. Doesn't do much of anything. Okay, returning to Mist form, attack now. And as you can see, there's a nice little sprite over there for when Cecil has low health. Kinda looks like a scrunched over Batman. Or Ninja from Mario 2. I don't even know. So, there's just more attacking, and more attacking. Then again, we only have 2 party members, so that's not like, you know, super tactical advanced power or anything like that. No, it's just hitting the button repeatedly. Obtained 200 gil, 350 experience, Kane gained a level. Sad. And let's go up here. And there's the village of Mist right there. But what say we save that for the next episode? How are you guys feeling? How are you guys holding up? I'll see you guys later. This is Tales of FFIV signing out. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode, and I hope you're having a super duper fantastic, wonderful, awesome day. Stay tuned, folks.